Well, shirtless guy. These are always weird demos. You do a shirtless guy, you know? The shirtless dude. I'll never forget this one. He was out in the yard. He comes on in, sits down, and, this is rather unique. But anyway, I'm doing my demo, okay? And I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, now let me ask you a question. Would you rather spend the $10,000 to keep the dirt, or to guess what I did? He goes, it's good. Man, we love it, but that is not worth $10,000. I said, I'm not saying it is $10,000. So what I'm saying is, since you're spending $10,000 of your money anyway, right? Well, yeah. Would you rather spend that $10,000 to keep the dirt that you're spending anyway, or spend the same $10,000 and get rid of these problems out of your home? He goes, I'm gonna tell you again. We think it's awesome, but I don't think that thing's worth those $10,000. And I said, okay. Let me just ask you a real easy question. Would you agree you're going to spend about $10,000? Are we in the neighborhood? No, I agree. Okay, so all I'm saying is that $10,000 that you're going to put out, would you rather spend that $10,000 you're going to spend anyway, right, and keep all this in your home, or spend that same $10,000 you're going to spend anyway and get rid of the problems out of your house? I'm not saying the rainbow's $10,000, but that's your choice. What would you rather do? And he goes, well, get rid of it, but I don't want to spend $10,000 for that. I said, but you're going to though, right? If you didn't get a rainbow, you're going to. And then when I said it's not $10,000 to keep the dirt, but the rainbow is only $23.89 to get rid of the dirt. Never forget, shirtless guy, 4 kids, what he said, James. Now you're talking. Okay? That's exactly what he said to me. So obviously, what did I have? I had a sale. But see, I'm not going to, there's no way a consumer is going to tell me they're not going to spend $2,300 or $5,000 or $10,000 next 15 years. That's impossible. You're going to do it, and you're going to spend a lot more. Right? How much was a gallon of milk 15 years ago? How much was a loaf of bread? How much did it cost to go see a movie? How much was a gallon of gas? What's inflation going to do to their 15-year figure?
Make it even bigger.
Yeah, it'll probably double it. If you look at just what inflation does in 15 years, that typically will pay for the rainbow all by itself in just inflation cost. Not the actual what they're spending, but what the inflation's going to do in 15 years. If you could buy a car and never have to spend any money on gas, windshield wipers, tires, or oil changes, or belts on it, that'd be awesome.
I would love that kind of car.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. That's what the rainbow is. You know what? With the rainbow, here's how that works. You buy right, you buy one time, you never buy again. You never do. I mean, today, Rachel, you're more educated about vacuums than you've ever been in your entire life. Would you agree?
Yes.
I mean, we went through 2 hours and 15 minutes of vacuumology here. You're a very well-educated consumer. You know more about vacuums than over 99% of the American public. And the fact is, when you're most educated and you have all the facts in front of you, that's the best time to make a decision. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, have a sheet of paper real quick? Sure. Okay, I'll give it right back to you. Okay? They do studies all the time, and they say this, is that when you go to like a learning seminar, this would be all the information that you learned. But the fact is, within 24 hours, you lose 50% of the information you got at that meeting. And another fact is, 24 more hours later, statistically, you lose another 50%. And another 24 hours, you lose another 50%. And by the week's end, you normally have less than 10% of the information you gain. It's a fact what you retain at a meeting. So if you say you want to think about it and call me back in a week, it's on this little bit of information you're going to retain. But today, you're the most educated you've ever been on cleaning systems in your entire life, and you have this amount of information. And with this amount of information, you're $23.89. The other way, I don't know how I did that. Okay?
33.
You're $33.16. Wouldn't it be better to make the decision with the better value and the more knowledge? Because what it sounds like, you definitely want one. And it sounds like, and it looks like you definitely need one. And if we could find a way to fit it in your budget, Christian, I believe you'd get one. Is that right? Okay? All right. Now, I don't know, really, I haven't done that in probably 5 years. Okay? But I've done that before in a customer's home a variety of times to help them. Okay?
Fantastic.
Okay. So that's how you're going to go through the pricing, right? It's not X amount to keep the dirt, but the rainbow is only to get what? rid of the dirt. But very importantly, we do it with the right attitude and positive. Okay? And look, okay? I know that Roy, when I was when I was younger, okay, we played sports.
A couple
man.
years ago.
Probably 10. That's terrible, isn't it?
Still in your prime.
I know, no, I wasn't. Believe me, I was not. I was in my prime when I was in my late 20s. But I think it's like when I played football league, and we were pretty good. We won nine championships in a row when I was an adult, and we'd play some really good caliber teams. And it was always cool because the better team we played, the more we anticipated to win. And the more jacked up we got. I mean, it's kind of funny because, and these people have Christian, full-time jobs, and one was in like a banking firm, and he was in London calling me because he couldn't be there for the week about the particular team and their tendencies, and he's calling me from London, which is like, outrageous on your cell phone. So they're into it. Would you agree? I mean, they're excited about what we were doing. But I'm just saying, the more of a challenge, the more excited you got to be. The more excited you've got to be, and the more optimistic and the more positive. Now, watch. Here's what happens. Okay? To you guys, we really want to make sure that you call with the attitude. When you're calling us, what's the purpose of your call when you're done with the demo? What's the purpose of the call?
To let you know how it's going and see if we need help, you can help us.
Right.
Things like that.
Right? Okay, so let's say I call. And listen, believe me, I'm not picking on anybody. If I was to pick on some people, I'd pick on, but I'm not going to say that, okay? So, let's say that I call in, hey Bob, I'm done with my show. Okay, how'd it go? Oh, went good. That's great. That's great. All right, well, what's happening? Oh, I'm done. All right? Okay. All right. That's awesome. All right. So look, and look, it's just training. It's just we're not supposed to be perfect, right? Once Christian, we know the more we do, like every time you've done one, you get better and better and better, right? Listen, let me make sure you guys understand this very thoroughly. Danica, if you don't have a sale, and listen, if you would not be a little bummed out, I wouldn't like you. Right? If you don't even care that they're not buying the machine, you're the wrong person for this position. Would you guys agree? All right? So Cody, if you call in and then I beat you up over the phone because you don't have a sale, that's not any fun, right? Okay? So don't ever think that by you calling me, I'm going to beat you up because they haven't bought a rainbow. I'm never going to do that. Right? My thing is to try to teach and train to prepare you maybe for the next demo. Okay, so for some of the newer people, I know other people know this, but when you call, you're going to tell me who did you call. That's the first thing. What did they like about the rainbow? Then you're going to tell me how bad their vacuum is, and then you're going to tell me the situation. So you can write that down. That'd be awesome.
Does